Hey guys, what's up? Sarah here at Fisher Price Ranch, and today I thought I would talk about why I chose the Kiko goat and what all they are actually used for. So a lot of people think that the Kiko goats are actually just a meat goat, but I use them to the fullest because I don't want to have so many different animals to produce everything that I need, and the goats actually produce quite a bit for me. So we use them as meat, but we also, certain genetics that we have, we can milk them. So we make all of our dairy products and things like that. And then we use them as pack animals. So we do a lot of foraging because we live out in the woods. And so spring through fall, we'll go out and forage for whatever we can. And so we take some goats with us. And I've built my own like little small saddles. So we just, go out foraging for light stuff like mushrooms and herbs and things like that. And so we take them with us to carry everything out. And we also, they shed cashmere at the end of every winter. So we gather up all that. I haven't yet found a source for that yet. I don't spin or anything. So if anybody's interested in raw cashmere, let me know. And then of course they're great pets. They do a lot of clear brush. Sorry, they clear the brush. So it keeps the fire hazard down, which is great. So there's a lot of things that goats do that people don't realize. And so that's what I like to use them for. So I'll be doing more videos like when we go out foraging things. I'll show you the pack goats and things like that. But right now I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about what I look for in the udders because I milk my goats. So we'll go ahead and look at some real quick. So it is currently 15 degrees out right now. It's a little chilly. A lot of people do not realize that it gets this cold in Arizona, but it does. And we've been dealing with it for quite a while. We were actually down to -5 at one point. So, alright, so first off we have Mama here, and she is one of our milkers. So what I look for in my goats, not all of them are good milkers. So it depends on what they're producing. What I like that they're producing will keep them around, or I'll sell ones that aren't producing what I want. So Mama has a great udder. She's currently nursing twins, but you can see the size of her teats. I can hand milk her. So, and every time we get a new goat, we actually taste their milk because every goat does taste a little bit different. Now, it is true that if you have your buck too close to your does while in milk, you will get a goaty flavor in your milk. I have proven that. Our first year, we had our bucks right next to our does, and our milk tasted horrible. And so now the bucks are on the back of the acre, and as you can see, we don't even see the boys. They're back behind the house, on the far back corner, and now we don't have any goaty flavor in our milk. So it does ring true, keep your bucks away. Alright, so also with the udders, we like to have 1x1 teats. I do not like to have any extra teats or little kickers or anything like that. We did have a doe that was 1x1 teats. She was bred to a Kiko buck before I bought her, and the babies had extra teats. So I knew it was the buck because I had used that same doe 2 other times, and everything came out with 1x1 teats. So I just culled that entire line from the buck side, and I don't like to keep it on my farm. It makes it difficult for milking, and it can eventually down the road, depending on the genetic and how they form, the teats can cause problems for the kids to even be able to nurse. So I'd rather not have that in my herd. I know it is a big thing in the Boer goats, and a lot of people that raise meat goats don't care. But because I utilize my goats to the fullest, it matters to me. And I don't like to have faults on my goats if I can help it. So here is our Boer Alpine doe, and when I bought her, I was a little nervous about her teats. I know, girl, you're hurting in this cold weather. Like I said in a previous video, her feeder aren't too good. Now we've milked her. Her milk does taste good. and you can see she has 1x1 teats. However, when I purchased her, if she'll let me show you, probably not. Oh, come on. All right, just relax. You can see she's got a few small lumps on her teats. Let's see if I can get in there. You can just see that one lump. So I was worried that it was a kicker and that she was going to throw extra teats, but it was not. She is an older doe, and so I think it's just kind of maybe an age thing. I'm not sure. I've never had a goat this old before. She is 7. That's not super old. She's only like halfway through her life. But I always look at how the how the kids come out. And if they don't come out with any extra kickers, then I know that the mothers won't throw it. So some of our other girls, like Trinidad here, we just purchased her earlier in the year. Now her udder, I like it, but I don't. Because these goats aren't like truly milk goats, they're not like shown for milk or anything like that, like Nubians or La Manchas or anything. I don't like her udder because it's not attached very well. When she walks, it flops around. You can kind of see how it's not very far up the leg. And so actually when she kind of runs and stuff, her udder will fly around, and I worry about her injuring it. However, the breeder that I got her from has bred her with other bucks, and her daughters do not have that. So it is a trait that can be fixed. Everything else about her I absolutely love. She's a very, very thick doe. She's 156 pounds, not pregnant. So it was worth it to me to deal with one minor fault. This is her son here. So we actually did milk her when we got her, and she milks very nicely. Nice 1x1 teats, and her milk does taste good. So when we do have a goat that doesn't taste very good, the milk, I mean, depending on what they're producing, if they produce good meat kids, we'll keep her. But if she's not producing good milk, she's not producing thick meaty kids, we'll go ahead and sell them or butcher them. Some people, kind of like me, I will pick a goat that has a fault that some people don't like, but sometimes it doesn't bother me because I can easily fix it, or it's not something that I was looking for anyway. So just because you cull it from the herd does not always mean that you're butchering. You could find somebody who could use that goat to offset, something else in their herd. So I don't always butcher my goats that don't meet my standards. So, let's see. This girl, Tipsy, she is not a good milker. I'll just show you her udder real quick. She is nursing one right now, but you can see her udder is really, really small, and her teats are quite tiny. So she would not be a hand milker. And as you can see, the udder size, she's maybe only going to give you maybe a quart. So it's not really worth the trouble to milk her. Whereas some of my other goats, even being Kikos, they have outproduced when I had registered Nubians. That's why I sold all my Nubians, because my Kikos were giving me more milk than my Nubians were. So there was almost no point in having the Nubians. And with the Kikos giving us so much, they give us meat, they give us milk. Eventually maybe we'll get clothing out of them if I maybe want to learn down the road how to spin. I already know how to crochet and things like that. So, and then we use them as pack animals. So they're a great multi-purpose goat. And so that's kind of why I chose them. Real quick, I'll go over what I feed my goats. And I see my troublemakers back in the feeder. I'm going to have to cover the top half of this feeder. Because she keeps getting her head stuck. And like I said in my other video, the lower you are in the feeder, they can get their head right in. I don't know why the higher part is so much skinnier, but it is. So we'll get her out real quick. Yeah. You being a troublemaker, girl? Huh? You gotta put your head down low, remember? Come on. No, lower. There you go. No. Come on, hey. Lower your head. There you go. Now relax. Okay. Horns are out. Now you gotta get your head out. Come on. You gotta pull your head out. You have to actually try. Get this hay out of her way. There we go. Okay, come on. Get your ear out. There's your ear. Now, lower your head. There you go. There. See? Silly girl. I think what I'm going to do, we're still kind of getting the tweaks out of this feeder. I think I'm going to go about halfway, and we'll just put a solid board across, so that way they can only eat out of the bottom. And the hay naturally filters down anyway, so I think if we cover the top half, maybe they won't get their heads stuck anymore. All right, well, I guess while I'm back here, try and break this ice. I did not bring my tool. Oh, let's see. Use a teeter-totter real quick. Easy, girl. There we go. The bad part about living up north is the water. I bought a new feeder, new heater, and it's one that sits in the bottom, so it's obviously not working right. It's a smaller heater. It's meant for 30 gallons or less, and that feeder is probably 40 or 50 gallons. However, my other one, I'll show you it in a minute when we go back out there. So anyway, back to feed. So our goats just get Bermuda hay. We used to feed, when we had Nubians and Kikos, we would feed alfalfa. But our alfalfa that we started getting was too hot, and it was the only thing we could get at the time. And all the goats had diarrhea. So we had to switch. We tried to go to like an Orchard Timothy, and we got that for a little bit, and then I got a bad bale with some loco weed in it, and we lost one of our goats, and he didn't always have it available, and so I had to figure out for my area what I could get that nobody runs out of, and so we switched to Bermuda. And it's actually working very well. As you can see, my goats are very healthy looking. Nobody's skinny unless they just had babies. And really, even then, they're not that skinny, which is good. I hate when they lose a lot of weight when they kid. It's typical because they have all that baby weight, and now the babies are nursing, and it just kind of pulls all that, thickness out of the does. But even her, I think she's my skinniest, and she's really not that bad. Hi, Red. This is actually her daughter from last year. She's available. But anyway, so we just do Bermuda. I don't give them any alfalfa, no other kinds of hay. In the spring, we will finally have our first pasture. And I planted ryegrass. So we'll see what happens there, how it does for them. It should cut down in our feed costs. Now in each pen we keep a bucket of loose minerals. So it's just a loose, grainy mineral. And this is Mana Pro goat mineral. That's the only thing I can get in my area that doesn't have like corn and junk in it. I don't even know why a mineral would have corn and bird seed and stuff in it. That makes no sense to me. Maybe to get them to eat it, but my goats eat this stuff, so I don't have any issues. And then I need to figure out a better way to put my blocks in because they fill them full of poop and straw. But we keep these out. These are cobalt blocks. And you can see they do eat it quite a bit. It's best to have your dirt tested to find out what you're missing in your minerals for your goats. Because every area is a little different. Did you break your horn again? No, it's just sitting back. Okay. She broke her horn when she was a baby. So, anyway, babies are playing. I love it when they start to play like that. So much fun. Ooh, careful, girl. So I'll quickly show you that other heater, which is why I need to change this water so it doesn't freeze up. It is 15 degrees, like I said. I didn't check this when I first came in to see if it was working in my other water. This water is like 250 gallons, so it's 200 gallons more than the other one. And yeah, it's not even frozen, not one bit. Same heater, but it's metal. So even though this heater is meant for 30 gallons or less, in a metal water, it works. So we do have another metal bathtub that we purchased, or we didn't purchase it, we found it on the side of the road. Somebody just dumped it on the side, so we asked them and they said, take it. So we did. We haven't set it up yet though. But these heaters only run 250 watts. Our floating heaters are 1500 watts. So I could run 6 of these for one of those. So it's just makes sense. So we're going to buy a couple more of these because we've got the buck pen that still has the floating heater in it. But this is going to save us on electricity. We're not off grid just yet. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. We will have more videos to come. Trying to make this channel as educational as possible for a lot of first timers. I'm trying to remember when I first started in goats and what I really wanted to learn, that you just couldn't find the videos out there for it. And so if you guys have any ideas, please let me know so I can, keep this channel going the way you guys like it. And make sure to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button down below and it will update you whenever we post new videos. We appreciate all you guys checking out this YouTube channel, and I will continue to post great videos. We've got a lot of new ones coming up. I'm waiting on a new camera because currently I'm using my cell phone and I'm by myself a lot, so it's hard to do videos where I have to show you what to do, like trimming feet and things like that. So as soon as I get that video camera, my birthday's this month. Yay! So my boyfriend Brandon already told me that's what he's going to get me for my birthday. So as soon as that comes, we will be able to do more educational videos with more hands-on. So hang with us. We will get there. This is kind of new to me. I've always done some videos, but I never did anything super educational, and I want to do this to where it's very helpful for everyone. So just make sure, like I said, subscribe to our channel, tell your friends, and we will keep on bringing more videos.